Once upon a time, in a quiet coastal town, there lived a young man named Arjun. He was 26 years old and full of dreams. But despite his ambitions, Arjun felt heavy inside. His mind was always crowded. Thoughts about his mistakes in the past haunted him. Worries about his future filled his nights. He carried the pressure of expectations, the fear of failure, and the constant voice of doubt. No matter what he did, he felt restless, like he was trapped in a storm inside his own head. One evening, after another sleepless night, Arjun decided to take a walk by the sea. As he walked along the shore, he noticed an old fisherman sitting calmly by his boat. The man looked so peaceful, as if the waves and the wind were his closest friends. Curious, Arjun approached him and asked, "Sir, how can you sit here so calm when life is always so full of problems?" The fisherman smiled and said, "Son, your problem is not life. Your problem is your mind. It is too full. Just like a cup that is already full cannot hold fresh water, a mind that is crowded with old worries and future fears cannot hold peace. You must first empty your mind." Arjun was confused. "Empty my mind? How do I do that?" The fisherman pointed to the sea and said, "Come with me tomorrow morning and I will show you." The next morning, before sunrise, Arjun went back to the shore. The fisherman handed him a small wooden bucket and said, "Your task is simple. Walk to the water, fill this bucket with seawater, and bring it back to me. But you must not spill a single drop." Arjun thought it was easy, so he eagerly picked up the bucket and walked toward the waves. As he carried the bucket back, he noticed people jogging, children playing, and vendors opening their shops. His eyes kept wandering, his mind kept thinking about everything happening around him, and before he knew it, the bucket tilted slightly and water spilled. When he returned, the fisherman looked at the half-empty bucket and said calmly, "Try again. But this time, forget everything else. Focus only on the bucket. Let the rest of the world fade away." Arjun took a deep breath, walked again to the sea, and filled the bucket. This time, he kept his eyes only on the water inside. He didn't notice the joggers, he didn't hear the noise of the market. Step by step, he walked carefully, and when he finally returned, not a single drop was missing. The fisherman smiled and asked, "Tell me, did you see the people around you this time?" Arjun shook his head. "Did you hear the noise of the market?" Again, Arjun said no. "Then where was your mind?" The fisherman leaned closer and said, "It was empty. Empty of distractions, empty of worries. Only focused on the present moment." Arjun suddenly understood. His mind had been like that first bucket, too distracted, too full of unnecessary thoughts. But when he emptied his mind and focused only on the task in front of him, peace came naturally. The fisherman placed a gentle hand on Arjun's shoulder and said, "Son, life is not about controlling every wave in the sea. It is about learning how to sail with a quiet mind. When you empty your mind of what does not matter, you make space for what truly does." That day, as the sun rose over the ocean, Arjun felt a calmness he had never experienced before. The worries of yesterday and the fears of tomorrow no longer held power over him. For the first time, he was living in the moment. From that day onward, whenever Arjun felt restless, he remembered the lesson of the bucket. He would pause, take a deep breath, and empty his mind of all the noise. And every time he did, he discovered the same thing. The power to live peacefully was always within him. So remember this. When your mind feels heavy, it is not more thoughts you need. It is less. Empty your mind. Focus on the present, and you will find the peace you've been searching for. If this story inspired you, give it a like and share it with someone who might need this reminder today. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful motivational stories that can change the way you see life. Until next time, stay calm, stay focused, and keep your mind light.